These faded pages are a letter written by an 11-year-old girl to Abraham Lincoln. Her name is Grace Bedell, and she lived south of Buffalo, New York. Did you ever write a letter to somebody famous? Well, in the fall of 1860, Grace wrote to Lincoln, and it changed how he looked forever. Here's the story.
Grace was a big fan of Lincoln and wanted him to be president. But she saw posters like the one above this letter, and she thought that he'd look a lot better if he grew a beard. So she wrote to tell him so. Here's part of her letter.
Dear Sir, I am a little girl, only 11 years old, but want you should be President of the United States very much, so I hope you won't think me very bold to write to such a great man as you are. If you let your whiskers grow, you would look a great deal better, for your face is so thin. All the ladies like whiskers, and they would tease their husbands to vote for you, and then you would be president. My father is going to vote for you, and if I was a man, I would vote for you too. Goodbye, Grace Bedell, Westfield, New York.
And guess what? Lincoln wrote back. But he told her he was afraid that if he grew a beard, people would think he was phony and just trying to impress them.
But the story doesn't end there. After Lincoln was elected, he took a train ride from Illinois to Washington for his inauguration. He stopped at towns along the way, and people would gather to cheer him on. And he stopped in Westfield, New York. He told the crowd about Grace's letter, and then he'd like to meet her. When she came up to the train, she saw that Lincoln had grown a full beard. He said, "You see, I let these whiskers grow for you, Grace. So whenever you see a picture of Abraham Lincoln with a beard, think of Grace Bedell." By the way, do you think you could write a letter to President Obama and change how he looks, or even change some of his ideas?